This stuff is ridiculous. What a lot of Brits don't always understand is how ugly and terrifying American politics can be. The name-calling can be absolutely extraordinary, and lots of Brits...
And name-calling by Breitbart. I mean, that is ugly.
No,
Look at these headlines.
Well, no,
Would you rather your child had feminism or cancer?
Well, that's not Steve,
There's
that's
no
mine.
hiring bias against women in tech. They just suck at interviews. That's extreme. That's ugly.
No, it's not extreme. They're my headlines. They're not Steve's. And
how are they not extreme?
Would you rather your child had feminism or cancer? Well, women agree with me. I mean, 7% of British women describe themselves as feminists. Just 7. It's only journalists who are still feminists.
Feminism is actually about...
Feminism about equality, of course. You know, they say one thing...
You don't believe that. You're redefining it.
Well, no, they say one thing and they behave very differently. Feminists like to say, when they're on the defensive, oh, don't you believe in equal rights? But the way they actually behave is nasty, vindictive,
Do you believe in equality for women? Do you believe in equality for women?
Any normal person does. I want women to...
so you're actually a feminist, then?
Well,
Who else is going?
We'll see how
Who is walking there? But who else?
I don't know how bad they are. Why don't they just walk the gutters? It ain't a far walk. It's just 38 miles. Why don't you walk? Why don't you walk the gutters?
Have you walked the gutters before?
I'll walk. Yeah, I can walk the gutters.
Right.
Why don't you walk the gutters?
I don't need to walk the gutters.
Well, shit, no, you don't. You're gonna put everybody else walking the gutters. Why don't you just walk the gutters?
All right, I'll walk the gutters.
All right, let's go.
All right, hang on. Let me do this one time.
Man, let's go walking. How about strutting that ass? You'll be so goddamn fucking tired. By the time you get to New Hope, you won't be strutting that ass. You'll be so goddamn fucking tired by the time you get to New Hope that you won't be strutting that ass. You'll be.
Well, what's got you so mad today?
Me?
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to run. Everybody wants to run. That's good. Run here to Gunnersville. I'll walk. I'll be right behind them and see how far they can run. It's a chauvinistic pig attitude that you're gonna do something because you work at the Arsenal and you got a fucking Mercedes-Benz and you ain't gotta walk every day, so you're gonna get out and strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass. When you start walking, my friend, and you get 10 and 15 miles on the highway, you won't be strutting that ass. You'll be half dead by the time you get there. So it's a chauvinistic pig attitude that Clinton's got. Strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass. And when you walk about 15 or 20 miles, you won't be strutting that ass. You'll be so fucking tired, you won't be hard to hold that ass up. Ugh.
I'm in the library right now, so I can't really talk loud. But anyway, today I'm gonna meet Kate. If you guys don't know, Kate and I, we have been dating for 2 years already online, so the distance relationship. Never met in real life, and my mom knows her, and my mom loves her. I'm really nervous, but I also got this excitement. I'm gonna vlog this whole thing, I think, when I meet her and stuff, so you guys can see how it is.
Hi, I'm Kate. We've been talking for like 2 years now, like secretly.
Yeah, online. It's crazy how that's so crazy.
We made it this far, you know. A lot of people try to tear us apart, but we're still here. We're still here.
That one Instagram post you had, remember that one? That caught my eyes. We're doing a video. I'm singing a surprise to her. My buddy Conrad, he's gonna play the instrumental. I'm gonna sing a song to her. You ready? super pretty.
You're super short.
How tall do you think I was gonna be?
I don't know, like taller than me. I mean, it's okay. We can work on that, right?
I mean, I can still grow, my mom said.
I don't know. This is like my first time ever like dating a short guy then. I really liked your personality, you know? Like you're exactly what I expected, except for like height-wise, but that's okay.
Okay,
You guys want to be eating?
you go eat?
Yeah.
Well, hold hands.
Just grab this. My hands, just grab my freaking jacket.
I never thought I would even be in a long distance relationship. Like, I'm not into that, right?
Don't look at me like that. You're making me nervous.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Right now, I have a surprise for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wanna know what it is?
Yeah.
I'll show you. Oh, it's a surprise. I can't tell what it is.
Okay.
Let's go. Look. Baby girl, you have caught my heart. I ain't gonna be apart with you. Are you worth it? 'Cause baby, you're worth it. Yeah. Are you worth it? Yeah. 'Cause I know you're worth it. Yeah. Aw, hug. Thank you.
Welcome back. This is it. Our last deal before the big deal of the day. I need a couple. I need a couple. You two, come over here. Steve and Jesse. Hey, Steve. How are you? Hey, Jesse. I love your outfits. Now, is this prom circa the 70s or early 80s?
We drove here in a 1974 bus, Volkswagen bus.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, how long have you guys been together?
About 6 months.
That's it? It's new. Oh, it's newish.
We're friends. We're just friends, but he wants it.
Can we talk about this not in front of everyone, Jesse?
I'm single.
It's complicated.
I'm single, guys. I'm single.
What?
Oh, no. We're really good friends.
As Adrian heads to his car, he tells us he should have seen this coming.
This should have been the big indicator right here, this bike. The infamous bike laying on the car.
Why is that infamous?
Because I watch your shows, and every time there's like some type of setup going on, there's like this real crazy bike. I don't know. I'm a big fan though, right?
All right, man.
Well,
we're not
you guys
sure
take care.
what he means, but we appreciate the fan.
All right, so thank you very much, San Francisco. Let's hear it. Yes. I guess some of you know already that I am a half Indian and half Japanese. And people always say, hey, you look Indian, but you don't really look Japanese. And I say, well, you haven't seen me naked.
I think the proliferation of Indian comedians, I think, says a lot about the culture, because when you have a certain amount of suffering or a certain amount of adversity, I think there's a lot of humor in that.
My dad is from Kerala in India, the far south of India, the Christian state in India. My mother is from Japan, so I get my sushi from 7-Eleven. Yes, I'm like Harold and Kumar.
My parents are your typical Asian immigrants. Their greatest joy for anyone is to become a doctor, and then of course the second best is to marry a doctor, right?
Now this might shock you folks, but before I was a comedian, I was actually a computer guy. I worked at Intel down the road in Santa Clara, and when I applied for the job, they said, you're Indian and Japanese? You don't even have to interview. You could be vice president.
I had to do technical demonstrations on stage. So I had to design these technical demos in a lab and then present them on stage in front of thousands of people sometimes.
And I was terrified of speaking, and so I took a comedy class right here in San Francisco. then decided to leave a job at 6 figures and stock options for a job that pays, you know, $15,000 a year. Needless to say, my parents are very, very proud of me.
My parents have always thought I was funny because they're the ones who kind of encouraged me, and my dad especially, when I would give voices. Oh, you should do acting, you should do comedy, etc. I did a New Year's event, and my mom was there, my mom and dad, and she started explaining one of my jokes. I'm being heckled by my own mom. so now my parents are quite proud.
It's interesting, I did a show up in Napa last year for some Indians, and one guy over here, one guy gave me a standing ovation. I said, you know, that is so nice. I said, you know what, you get a free CD and DVD? Then the whole audience stood up and gave me a standing ovation.
It's funny because if I do Indian shows, then I make fun of Indians. They love that. They love that. And then sometimes I'll do the same jokes instead of in front of an all-white audience, and they go, oh, that's racist. That's offensive. It's really funny.
There are some Hindu weddings that literally, they last for a week. A week, that's longer than a lot of American marriages last.
They're just really good at laughing at themselves and poking fun at themselves. And I just really, they're my favorite audiences when they're Indians, because they're just really are very good-natured people.
Germany, I've somehow left the paved road. Nobody cares about my films. For example, what was that?
We quickly realised that some wacko had taken a pot shot at us with an air rifle, and Herzog had been hit.
So this literally just happened when we were standing outside there,
camera.
And there was a noise, and it was a whiz, and you just said, "I've been shot." Look, you're bleeding.
I think here somewhere. Yeah.
Look, I mean, somebody shot at you and created a wound in your abdomen.
It's not significant.
All I have to say is our partner is going to shock the world because he is none other than the Shock Master!
All right!
The Shock Master!
I told you. Oh, God.
See, you're one of those girls that like romance. I'm gonna talk to all my freaks out there. Would you rather come home to me, a genetic freak, to be satisfied every night, or go home to that fat-ass Samoa Joe? See, tonight, we're gonna win, and I'm gonna be the world champion at Sacrifice. Come on, P, let's go.
Scotty, just like you always say, Big Papa Pump has got your hookup. Well, Maple Leaf Muscle is who you need to look up. Holler if you hear that.
Get out of my bus, bro. Is it really? Yes. Bro, get out of my bus. What's your name then? My name's Logan. That's not a paper saying it's my bus. There was no, this is all your stuff. There's a guy in my bus, bro. I was literally about to start the vlog. I'll do it right now with this guy in the background. Hey, yo, good morning, Logan. What's poppin'? Yo, what are you doing? Yo, my man.
No, I'm getting out of your bus. Hold on, man.
I don't know what's going on.
Fixing my foot, dude.
I guess my bus is a good spot to fix foots. I understand, but I have to ask you to leave.
I'm leaving. You don't need your bus.
You do need my bus, bro.
I don't need it.
It's the cool bus. Admit you need it. Admit you need my bus. Admit you need my bus.
It's my bus.
What?
Real proof that it's your bus.
Yo, he's asking for proof. Do you see the parking tickets to your left?
Yeah, they're already.
Yeah, do you see how the name says Logan Paul? That is me, not you. I know because your YouTube channel isn't Logan Paul Vlogs. I'm honestly just milking this because I don't think this is so interesting to me. Like, you don't like the cool bus?
It's a whack bus.
So why are you in it?
I was fixing myself up.
Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Yo, Brendan goes, there's a guy in it.
That guy was 100% doing heroin in your bus.
He was doing heroin?
Not you. Your organization's terrible. Your organization's terrible. Let's go. Go ahead. Quiet. Go ahead. She's asking a question. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
I love all people, rich or poor, but in those particular positions, I just don't want a poor person. Does that make sense? War hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero. 5.5 years. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. I have such respect for women. I cherish women.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
Brag that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
No, I didn't say that at all. I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk.
The footage, shot in November of 1992, before Trump opened the resort as a club, shows the future president surrounded by cheerleaders for the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins, capturing Trump's fun-loving bachelor lifestyle for an appearance on Faith Daniels' NBC talk show.
You're going to get great ratings in your show.
After a while, Trump goes to greet 3 new guests, among them the financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Come on in. Go inside.
More than a decade before his guilty plea on state prostitution charges.
Donald Trump knew the cameras were there. In the video, he makes a point to draw Epstein's attention to them. And the video captures Donald Trump and Epstein chatting while watching a group of women at the party dance.
I approve waterboarding. You bet your ass I'd approve it. You bet your ass. I thought I heard a little voice over there. Now get him out. Take him out. Get him out of here. Am I allowed to rip that whistle out of the mouth? I'd rip that. I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks.
John, I want a divorce.
Divorce.
It's not funny, John, and you know it's been coming for a long time.
Well, divorce.
Why do you always laugh when I'm upset?
Oh, every time you say divorce, you just look so cute.
I'm serious this time, John.
Serious.
I'm absolutely serious. And you're treating this like some kind of game. I'm tired of it, John.
We love games.
Not anymore. Not your kind of games. Your games are cruel.
Divorce.
Stop laughing.